radical. Okay, it looks like this. That's a radical. It's not a square root. That's a radical. Okay, now this is the index on the radical, and we talked about this last week. If there's no number there, what is it? It's a 2. Okay, if there's no number here, it's a 2. And in today's case, we're doing 2s on everything. Okay, and so what that means in terms of what we're doing, okay, so I believe that kind of connecting this to something that you can relate to because it makes it easier, okay? If you have a younger sibling, even if you don't, okay, obviously you're a teenager, right? So if you have a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, whatever, and would your parents let them walk to either Walmart on 27 or Kroger in New Haven by themselves? No, okay, now, if they are going to let them, what is their response going to be? You guys have all heard it. If you have younger siblings, you've heard it. You can go, but who's got to go with you?
Bro.
My camera's on. Okay, who's got to go with you? The older sister or the older brother. Okay, they're like, take your older brother or sister. Take your younger brother or sister and take them to the gas station. Take them to the grocery store. Okay? And so you guys go in a group of 2 or a group of 3, or depending on how many younger siblings that you have. In this case today, because there's a number 2 here, we are going to grow in groups of 2. Now, when you go in this group, who does your parents give the debit card to? You or your younger sibling? You. Why? Because you're older, you're more responsible. Does the mom say, and you get a debit card, and you get a debit card, and you get a debit card? No, most parents at most, they have like 2. Okay, so only one person gets a debit card, only one person pays at the checkout. Okay, and those are important things today when we're talking in terms of what we're doing. Okay, so when I consistently say, what's your group number? It is this index right here. Okay, that index lets us know we're traveling in groups of 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Okay, so with that being said, look at our number. So we know because there's no number there, it is a 2. Okay, now here's what you need to do. This is the longer way because you guys, a lot of you have seen square roots before. You know what perfect square roots are, but when we have to simplify radicals that are not, okay, there's definitely a shorter method, but if you don't know perfect squares, then it's too hard to do. Okay, so on your calculator, I want you to type in 12. Okay, and then you're going to say every single time you're going to start with a 2. You're going to say divided by 2. Do not erase on your calculator. Hit 12 divided by 2. What do you get? 6. So it's going to look like this. A 2 and a 6. And let me erase this so it looks a little better. Okay, it's going to look like this. 2 and 6. Okay, now, on your calculator, it should say 6 still if you did not erase. So you're going to say divided by 2. 3. Okay, and what we're doing is we're making a factor tree. That's what this is called, okay? Now, there are other options for 12. However, you're always going to start with a 2. If 2 does not work, and we'll see that, you would go on to a 3. The only numbers you will be circling and grouping are these. 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. Okay? Those are prime numbers. Those are numbers that you only can circle in place. Okay? And at first, this is kind of going to seem like a lot. However, by the end of it, I promise you, if my first period can get it, the rest of you guys can get it. Okay? So, who's got a match up here? The 2s. Okay? That is saying there's one older brother and one younger brother. Okay? With this group, okay, we're going to circle them because our group number is 2. That means we can only go to Kroger in groups of 2s. Okay? So, how many of those people of this group is the mom going to give the debit card to? Only 1. Okay? So, they can go, so they're going to go on the outside of the house, and only 1 of them gets the debit card. For that group, there's 1 representative. Okay? Can the 3 go? Does he have a match? No, so he has to stay in the house. Okay? That's what I call a radical a lot of times, in the house. Okay? And so this radical is fully simplified. We do not do anything with this 6 because it is not a 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay? The only numbers you should be placing in places are 2, 3, 5, 7s. The only numbers you can circle, group, whatever, are 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay? If it's not that, then you're not doing anything with it. Okay? And this one is done. Okay, what about 27? So on your calculator, you're going to hit 27 divided by 2. What do you get? Okay, so if you get a decimal or fraction, that means that number does not work. So on our list, after 2, 3, 5, 7 comes a 3. So you're going to say 27 divided by 3. 9. So we can say 3 and 9. Okay, well the 3 we don't need to go any further, but the 9 can. So you say 9 divided by 2. Doesn't work. 9 divided by 3. 3 and 3. Okay, and again, my index or my group number, there's a baby 2 right here. Okay, so it means we're traveling in groups of 2. So I can take one group, right? Where do those go? Look at what we did the problem before. If they're circled, where are they going to go? On the outside. Okay, and one person from this group is going to get the debit card. Can this 3 go? Does he have a match? No, so he's going to go back on the inside. He cannot leave the house. He does not have a younger brother or sister to go with him. Okay, or an older one, better yet, but. Okay, 150. We're going to start with a 2. Does 2 go in? You say 150 divided by 2. 2 and 75. Okay, the bigger the number, the longer the tree. Okay, so that kind of lets you know like how either big or small you need to write, just an FYI. Okay, 75. So you're going to say 75 divided by 2. Okay, and if you don't erase it, it makes it go really fast and easy on the calculator. Okay, unless the number doesn't work, then you have to start over.
It's 725.
Okay, so that doesn't work. So then we're going to try a 3. So you're going to say 75 divided by 3. 3 and 25. Okay, 25. Mm-hmm. 5 and 5. Okay, and again, because our group number is 2, there's a baby 2 here, that means we're traveling in groups of 2. So who is allowed to go? The group of 5s. Okay, only one of them is going to get the debit card. Who is not allowed to go? Who does not have a match?
2 and 3.
The 2 and 3, okay? He doesn't have a match, so he's going to go back on the inside. And he doesn't have a match, so he's going to go back on the inside. Okay? So when we're putting numbers back like that, okay, it doesn't matter whether they're on the inside or outside. When you have more than one number, that means you're going to multiply them. So what is 2 times 3? So this is going to be our simplified radical, 5 square root of 6. Okay, 20. Does 2 go in? 2 and 10.
Where did you get the 5 square root of 6?
Right here, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, 10. 2 and 5. And this one's complete. How do you know it's complete? It can't go any further, okay? 2, 3, 5, 7s. Okay, so who can go? The group of 2s. Who cannot go? So it's going to be 2 square root of 5. Okay, 245. Remember, the bigger the number, the longer the tree. Okay, 245. Does 2 go in? No, so then try what? 3, good. 3 don't go in, then try what? 5. 5 and 49. Okay, 49. 7. 7 works. 7 and what? 7 and 7. Okay, remember, 2, 3, 5, 7. So who can go? The 7s can go. Who cannot go? The 5 cannot go. Okay, 96. Does 2 go in? 2 and 48. 48. 2 and 24. Okay, and if you don't erase, you just hit divided by 2, write it down. Divided by 2, write it down. It goes really fast, okay? So 24. 2 and 12. 12. 2 and 6. 6. 2 and 3. Okay, so of these, how many groups can go? How many? 2 groups can go, aka how many 2s? 4. 1 and 2. Okay, for every group, 1 person gets a debit card. So for this group, and look at me, for this group, I'm putting a 2. For this group, I'm putting a 2. Okay, that's 2 separate groups. Maybe they're going to Kroger and they're going to Walmart. Okay, those are 2 separate groups. They're 2 different families. Okay, what about these guys? Can they go? No. Okay, so a 2 and a 3 is going to go back on the inside. What do we do with those numbers? Multiply them. So what is 2 times 2? 4 square root 6. Okay, 144. 2 and what? 2 and 72. 72. Huh? Oh, I thought you said 96. 2 and 36. 36. 2 and 18. Once they start getting smaller, you should know them in your head, okay? 18. 2 and 9. 9. 3 and 3. Okay, who can go? How many groups of 2s can go? 2 groups. Who else can go? The group of 3s. Who cannot go? Who cannot go? No, remember, our number's got to be 2, 3, 5, 7 to place anywhere. Okay, my answer to you is everybody can go. Okay? And that's okay. Sometimes everybody can go to the grocery store. Sometimes nobody's at your house, right? Everybody's gone. Okay? And you lock your door when you leave. Okay? That's all that's saying. Everyone can go. There's nobody that's at home. And that makes sense, okay? So 2 times 2. 4 times 3. 12. Now, I want you to think about this because some of you guys will know. What is a square root of 144? 12. That's how we get to 12. Okay? So, this, and we don't, you can leave it like this, but that's not like exactly appropriate. Our answer is just 12. Okay? And so, the same works with any perfect root. Okay? A square root of 9 is 3. A square root of 144 is 12. And those ones, some of you guys have just, teachers have had you memorize them throughout the years. Okay? Number 8, not number 8, number 15, but 8. What are some factors of 8? 2 and 4. 2 and 2. Who can go? A group of 2s. Who cannot go? One single 2. Okay, he doesn't have a partner.